All right. I was primed to probably hate this one. I was going to go in and be like, gosh, I didn't like this because it's just another modern Spider Man event that's a little drawn out. And here's our omnibus of Amazing Spider Man Beyond. It's actually small enough, like thin wise, that you can actually hold it up. I appreciate omnibuses this size. Marvel DC, please make your omnibuses more like 600 pages. This is way better. It contains Amazing Spider-Man 73 through 93, and then there's these like Beyond tie-in issues. And basically what's happening right here is Ben Riley's back. And I didn't know much about other than there's a corporate sort of thing going on, and that there's the Queen Goblin showing up when I went into this. And I thought, you know what, this is going to be more derivative nonsense from Marvel that I'm not going to like. And you can see that the art, a lot of it's pretty uninspired. You see these like little takes. These pages are actually very lazy by artists as they're sitting, it's copy pasting pictures at the end of the day. And so not terribly inspiring art. You see like even the coloring, like a lot of it like has a lot of blank backgrounds and the like. Now, Ben Riley's back. He is going to be Spider-Man, and he comes to Peter Parker, said he's been hired by a corporation called Beyond to be the trademark Spider-Man, and he wants Peter to kind of step aside a little bit, but Peter's not going to step aside. And so what happens is they get into a fight together. Peter gets hit by radiation, gets sidelined for a bit, and this becomes Ben Riley's story. Now, Ben Riley died back in the Clone Saga. They don't really tell you how he got back. I know he's been back before. I didn't read any of those issues, but I'm just like, I guess he's back alive now for nostalgia purposes. And he's got his girlfriend from back in the Clone Saga as well. They actually bust her out of jail and use her as like a bargaining chip with him. He's got a brand new outfit that's kind of halfway between Spider-Man and his like old Ben Riley Spider-Man look as well. And then he starts working for this Beyond Corporation. And the Beyond Corporation, they're going to be a creepy organization over the course of this. And they start learning there's just some bad things happening. So Peter Parker, meanwhile, gets his legs back from under him. And this whole time, they just build up over 20 issues, like him just like learning to walk again. Now, the Beyond, they hire like Misty Knight and Colleen Wing, who like Marvel really likes to promote in these events. They always put these two in like the side issues of events to try to like get them going. And I don't know why. They never catch on. Very weird choices. And so they start working for Beyond Corporation as well. Ben Riley just starts to fight random people like Kraven, and Morbius, and so it's a bunch of one-offs that like it slowly builds, and this is why I was like not going to be excited about it. Aunt May actually goes to Octavius to try to get Peter healed at some point, and Octavius ends up fighting against Beyond. Now the Octavius thing starts to build, and this is where he gets some drive of this lady right here to find out that they're doing some nefarious things. Ben Riley then starts to rebel against what's happening here. And the art changes. So it's the creative teams change across this thing. There's a bunch of different writers, bunch of different artists. So it starts to get wildly different. And actually, Mark Bagley comes in at the very end, which made me happy. Again, like they really hit the member berries for the people who are into like that, like just pre or at the Clone Saga era, by bringing Mark Bagley back there too with the art. And so as they fight Beyond, you can see that Ben Riley learns what happens. He basically goes and blows up the corporation. They introduce this Red Goblin, who's like, I guess, a new clone or something like that. Or not Red Goblin, Goblin Queen. And Goblin Queen ends up, being a new formidable villain, of course. There she is. I guess that's the big takeaway of this. Kind of a derivative knockoff, so it's like, okay, another one. And that's kind of what's bugging me about the modern stuff. Everything has to be a derivative knockoff or a combination. Like at some point in here, the lizard gets combined with Morbius's powers to be vampire lizard. It's like guys, come on. Like these combos and knockoffs get to be a little bit too much. I do like the Black Cat Mary Jane interaction here. They actually build like kind of a bond of helping Peter. It's kind of cute. You get reminded at the end that they're not married, as Peter is like, oh, maybe we shouldn't move in together yet, which is kind of sad because it's like, it's still, I just want one more day to go away. And until that happens, everything feels like fake Spider-Man at that point, even though Ben Riley really is fake Spider-Man for this entire issue. I was happy to see this. This went very well. Ben Reilly gets rescued out of the rubble by his girlfriend at the end after he kind of takes down the Beyond Corporation. And they kind of ride off into the sunset together. And it goes back to Peter's story at the end of this. So really well done. The emotional stakes are pretty good. And as I saw Ben Reilly get crushed by rubble again, I was like, gosh, dang it, you did it to me twice, Marvel. But I enjoyed this. I was pleasantly surprised by this, by how much I actually liked reading this. And I call this an 8 out of 10 overall. Some of the art's a little lacking, and then some of it's pretty good. The writing is pretty inconsistent from a dialogue standpoint, just because there's a lot of different writers involved. But the overall story build was really well done. And if you like Ben Reilly and you like that kind of 90s stuff and you remember that, you're going to actually pretty much enjoy this. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.